I'm a 6-year-old 3D artist and game developer. In today's video, I'm going to be making weapon designs based on the killers from Forsaken. And here's the twist. I'm not directly turning the killers into weapons. Instead, I'm designing weapons inspired by their looks and their lore, while fusing them with random characters and items that have zero correlation to Forsaken. Things you would never expect to work together, and somehow they do. Trust me, you won't believe the results that came out. The first killer that I had done was Cool Kid. Cool Kid is a rushdown killer available for 900 points, and his entire identity revolves around him being part of a Roblox hacker group. The issue is that hackers don't only have an obvious weapon you can design around, so instead of focusing on his general theme, I based the weapon on his ability corrupt nature. For the fusion, you might expect someone like Sombra from Overwatch or Katana from Halo. Instead, I went with Ezio from Brawlhalla, not for his sword, but for his orb-based signatures. The after images, floating energy, and glitchy effects felt perfect for a hacker-style weapon. The design features a core red orb in the center, with smaller secondary orbs mounted on rotating rings to represent Ezio's inspiration. I added floating gray brick fragments around the weapon, representing Cool Kid's corrupt nature projectile, a spinning 2x1x2 art that phases through walls and survivors. To sell the hacker aesthetic even more, I added red electrical effects around the orb. Overall, the weapon turned out way better than expected. Making something completely unrelated to hacking and still having it feel believable was really satisfying. The next weapon is where things really get insane. The second killer I designed a weapon for was Slasher. Slasher is the first ever killer players have access to in Forsaken. His kit is simple, but I wasn't looking at his abilities at all. I was focused on one single line of his lore. In Slasher's lore, he was experimented on, and the Necrobloxicon is a book that essentially enslaves him. That instantly gave me an idea. What if, instead of the book controlling Slasher, Slasher was the one controlling the book? This concept led me to fuse him with Dante from Warframe, a spellcaster who literally fights using a magic spellbook. It was the perfect match for this reverse control concept. For the weapon design, I created an open spellbook that could fire spells, casts, or rituals, or anything Slasher would use if he truly mastered the Necrobloxicon. The cover uses dark grungy brown tones mixed with sleek silver to match Slasher's color palette, along with the reinforced silver corners to reflect his bulky outfit. Inside the book are two page types, one light and one dark. This references Dante's ability to mix pages for spell combos. To tie it back to Slasher, I added a machete symbol on one page and a max symbol on another, representing Slasher's will being bound to the book itself. Overall, this design perfectly captures the two characters, who are completely opposites in lore. It generally makes you wonder what would happen if Slasher took control of the Necrobloxicon. This is easily my favorite design. By the way, all these weapon designs are from our game poll of Enter the Void. If you want to learn more about the game or see future weapon concepts, my Discord is linked in the description. The third killer that I did a weapon design for was John Doe. John Doe is a trapper style killer available at 1000 points. His entire kit revolves around limiting player movement rather than directly damaging survivors. When thinking about trapping weapons, I decided not to fuse him with another character, but I instead fused him with another weapon from a popular Roblox game, that being Rivals. Now, I know a lot about Rivals because obviously I'm a sweat. I'm almost at level 300 and I have 168 hours in the game. So it's safe to say that I know the proper weapon from this game to fuse John Doe with. The weapon I based the design on was Distortion, which creates a black hole that traps enemies. That ability alone made it a perfect fit for John Doe. Final weapon resembles a rail cannon-like style, inspired by the Distortion, but scaled up to resemble the massive spike arm that John Doe has in his renders. The barrel fades into corrupted textures to match this visual theme. I added a black core with red markings to directly reference the Distortion weapon, along with the dual prongs at the end of the barrel in some flowing red energy, making it feel like it's about to fire a massive black hole that traps enemies. This one was one of the easier designs to come up with. Two concepts from completely different genres that already share the same core mechanic, which is simple, clean, and effective. And that's it. Those are my favorite Forsaken inspired weapon designs. If you enjoyed the video, consider liking and subscribing, and letting me know what Forsaken characters I should turn into weapons next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Duckstev out.